What up, what up, what up, everybody? Welcome to the JP Podcast. I'm your host, JP Pierce. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is very first episode. So let's get the nerves out the way. I got them. It's going to be a great time. We have a very special guest on the show tonight. I'm going to bring in a buddy of mine that I work with, but I've also got to be on his podcast, Tigers Avenue. So none other than Mr. Zac Lee.
What's up?
What's up, dude? How's it going?
Dude, I'm excited. This is going to be fun.
Yes, sir. Very first podcast for the JP Podcast. I had to bring you on, man. I mean, you taught me everything I know. I've been watching Tigers Avenue, even though I don't like LSU that much, but I've been learning a little bit.
Hey, we might try to convert you.
It's okay. Probably not. Toddy to the day I die, probably so, man. So, this is Zac Lee, everybody. Zac, tell us about Tigers Avenue and how it got started and what y'all do over there, man.
So, Tigers Avenue is an LSU exclusive podcast. So we strictly talk LSU sports. So obviously that's not for every listener. But if obviously you're gonna be talking all kinds of different sports. So if you do get some LSU listeners, feel free to jump on over to Tigers Avenue, listen to us. Really it was started because my brother, he wanted to do an LSU podcast, wanted to do something where me and him could just sit and talk LSU and just talk about whatever LSU sports, whatever's going on at the moment, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, women's basketball, whatever. Women's beach volleyball, whatever's going on, honestly.
Right.
And so he had that idea and that vision, but he didn't have like the tools or the know-how to do it. And I had been on previous podcasts and had learned a lot about it. So I kind of brought his idea with my knowledge of podcasting. We put it together, formed a brand, got it out there, and it's been going on for over a year now. And it's had its high moments and it's had its low moments. Like I remember we made an edit and Jaden Daniels, who's the starting quarterback at LSU, he posted our edit whenever he announced he was going to LSU. And that was like a huge moment for us.
For sure.
Getting to meet and discuss things with Blake Ruffino at Are You Serious Sports, that was a huge moment for us. And now I am one of his producers for his talk show. And then getting to put out a hype video that currently sits at over 100,000 views, that was pretty cool. So it's had its high and its low moments. You got to struggle through it. Sometimes you do a show and you've got 2 people listening and you get a little discouraged, but it is what it is. You do it for what you love, and we love LSU sports, and that's why we do it.
That's right. That's all. Yeah, it's awesome stuff, man. If whoever's listening out there, I don't see anybody watching, which is, I guess it's okay. I don't know if it's actually
first episode, man.
Yeah, my wife has texted me saying it's not on Facebook, so I don't know what the heck's going on.
It looks like we're there.
It says we're live though. Let's see.
We are live.
Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, no one's listening. No one's. It says I'm live. Honey, click the freaking thing on my profile. We are live.
You might need to learn her up a little bit on the tech and everything. But
come on, honey. What is going on? It says I'm live. I just sat there and watched myself. I don't know. So let's see. Good. I'm gonna text her back real fast since we're here.
Might as well.
Go to my profile. Come on, I need some viewers out there.
We get everything pulled up.
Yeah, let's get everything pulled up real fast while we're having it. It looks like we're still having a little difficulties, but let's see.
Now, where can your viewers watch on YouTube? How do you go to your YouTube?
Yeah, so you can just type in the JP Podcast on YouTube, and it will pull up. You should see my logo on there. Let's see if we can find that. Yes, on the JP Podcast. We're on Twitter. John Boy Fears 15. You can see it right here on the other side of Zach. Actually, I just need to swap my side over there, but I'm not seeing. How can I watch myself but no one else can watch me? What is going on? Hey, we're live, man.
Yeah, we got 3 check marks.
Yeah.
I'm going onto your Twitter to make sure you're also live on your Twitter.
Yeah, let's do that.
Oh yeah, we're definitely live on your Twitter.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on.
I think we're good.
I don't know what's going on over there, but we are live there.
I'm watching us on Twitter, so we at least know we're on Twitter.
All right, we're gonna keep this thing party started. I don't know who's watching out there, but everyone can come back and watch it. That's great. All right, we're gonna get into college basketball since that is a hot topic right now in
For
sports.
Sure.
Who I know LSU is not doing too good. Who else are you watching right now? Who's kind of like your top tier of teams that you're watching right now?
So a team that I have been kind of keeping up with here recently is Texas A&M. Texas A&M they're at like 20-7 on the season, and they've kind of had a surprising season. Like right now, they're going toe to toe with Tennessee. And if I'll go back and check that score. But Tennessee is one of those teams that could be a top 1, 2, 3 seed. And looks like right now they are in the first quarter and they're only down 1. Texas A&M's battle. And, they're ranked now at 25th overall in the country. But I really think they are underrated. I think they're a team that could make a run in the postseason. I'm not saying that they are, but I think they're a team. Another team outside of the SEC which is really close to home, is Memphis. Right now, they have them as one of the last 4 teams that will get a bye in the tournament. So I'm obviously, being as close as we are to Memphis, I'm very interested in what they are doing, and so they're another team that I really like to watch and enjoy watching. So, and if because of the season that LSU is having and how bad they are, like
right.
I'm gonna be rooting for Memphis in the tournament. So Memphis, and then if I had to choose one team from the SEC right now, it's Texas A&M.
Yeah. I think, like you said, A&M's up on Tennessee just by a couple. The only thing, I was watching Tennessee not long ago, and I think their biggest issue, what's going to keep them from winning anything, is rebounding. You got to rebound the ball. You hear it all the time. Defense wins championships. If you can't really defend and you can't rebound,
there's no point.
There's no point, right? So I think, if I'm an SEC guy as well, I think Alabama looks really good. I think they'll make their push, but my pick, I'm going to go Kansas is going to probably win this year's tournament.
Okay.
They played last night against TCU. They won 63-58. So it was a close game, but let's see who their leading scorer was. Grady. He had 19 points. That dude is a cold little white boy right there. That dude is cold. So
which they would be, if they win, they would be the first team since Florida to go back to back.
Yes, which is
Florida, of course, did
crazy.
It in 06 and 07. So it's been a hot minute.
That is true. That's true. So we were talking earlier. There's some news out there. Speaking of college basketball.
Yeah.
Alabama star Brandon Miller.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody knows. There was an incident not long ago where an Alabama star, you might remember his name, Zach, you can help me out with this one, but killed someone.
Yes.
Brandon Miller, who is, in my opinion, he's probably the top star at Alabama and probably a top 10 pick in the draft because he's that good. He put up 20-plus points against Georgia the other day, even though Georgia's trash. Either way, put up 20-something points. But he delivered the gun to this
It was
gentleman
Darius Miles.
yeah. So Darius Miles is the one who killed this individual. Brandon Miller is the one who gave him that gun.
Correct.
So
That's what
I
they're
don't
saying,
know.
apparently.
This just came breaking news earlier today. So we're still reading up on it, but I mean, this is big for Alabama. I think as a team that they are, I think it kind of makes me second guess my decision if they're what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? What's your take on that?
I mean, I think there has to be a punishment regardless. Guys in college basketball, they get punished for, grades, missing classes, things like that. And so something to this magnitude, I think definitely deserves at least a suspension. I
Yeah,
don't know if it means, that he is kicked off the team indefinitely. I don't know what that means. I mean, again, we just found out this news today, so we're going to have to wait and see what the significance of this news is. But Darius Miles, obviously, he was a former basketball player, apparently had this dispute or argument with his girlfriend, or they broke up. I don't know the whole story, but ends up killing her over this argument, over this dispute. And apparently, as you said, Brandon Miller was the one that supplied the gun.
yeah,
If he had knowledge of what was going to happen, then that's assisted murder. like if he has knowledge, like, hey, he's going to use this gun and he's going to use this gun on her.
yeah,
Like, that's assisting in a murder, which comes with obviously capital I mean, it comes with punishment. Obviously, he's gonna have to go to jail.
for
He's gonna
sure.
have jail time. So, like, either if that's the case, then yeah, like, I mean, he's done. He's
Sure.
done being on the team. But if it's a matter of, he asked for the gun, he had it, he gave it to him, he didn't know what the heck he was using it for. Like, I mean, that is all going to have to come out eventually, maybe in court. I don't know how all that works out. I'm not some lawyer, but
Yeah,
I mean, it's going to be a very interesting headline because Alabama, they're the number one team in the country, and they are a number one seed. And Brandon Miller is their best player.
for
Now, I'm not
sure.
saying they're bad without him, but losing him is a massive, massive piece to this Alabama
Yeah,
team. So, yeah, it would definitely hurt Alabama, and it definitely right now makes me question, their run in the postseason.
for sure. Yeah, I was reading this article. I pulled it up, and it says the case will be sent to a grand jury. So it looks like
Yeah.
it's all up to
Go to
them,
court.
man. I
Yeah.
think no matter what, he's getting suspended. He's got to, right? I mean,
I believe so. Yeah.
you're helping someone
Because he's also
basically.
illegally holding a firearm. Like, he's not
Yeah,
21. So
yeah,
he has an illegal firearm on him.
right. All right, let's go to some scores updates. Let me get back over to ESPN. We're still talking about some college basketball right now. So, all right. So, Villanueva beat number 16 Xavier today, 64-63. A little upset there. This is just everything that's live right now. Top 25 teams. We're
Yeah.
going over for just a little bit.
Yeah.
Miami, who looks good. They might be a little sleeper, but they looked good not long ago. I think they ran over somebody a couple weeks ago. They're only up 66-60 on Virginia Tech right now. Like we said earlier, A&M is still up 48-41 on
They pulled
Tennessee.
ahead a little bit.
Second quarter, looks like they just started
Telling
about
you,
3
man,
minutes
watch
ago.
out for A&M. Watch out
They
for A&M, man.
They look good. And another top 25 match. We got number 9 Baylor behind on Kansas State, number 14, 57-48. We got 7 minutes left in that one. So looks like we got some close games. So I know I will be tuning in to some college basketball here in just a little bit. So next topic that we both love to talk about. We're both sports guys. Everybody who's watching, looks like no one still is watching. Looks like there's difficulties. I'm looking at all the text messages. I don't know what's going on. This will be broadcasted. I will post this on my Facebook so everybody can watch it later. Something else we like, college baseball. You can't see this picture right now, but it's It's Omaha. It is Omaha. We love college baseball. I mean, LSU, number one. They look good. Today, I mean, destroyed the team today, right?
Yeah. So
I mean,
they
you kind of look at the weekend though. I mean, LSU starting out, it's kind of like, okay, we're about to go
are
4-0.
doing what they should do.
Yeah, doing what should do. You have a bunch of prospects, which is happening, right?
Mhm.
You look at the prospect list, y'all have a lot of guys that's going to go to the draft. Right there at number 4, Ole Miss, they're still 4-0, beat Delaware all weekend, swept them. I think they ruled them twice. And then let me get over to this one. And then today, with them beating Arkansas State 11-3. But the one thing that I want to look at is 2 teams before we jump on to anything else. All right. First team, the Tennessee Volunteers. Man, my father-in-law is probably listening right now. He's a big Vols fan. I love you, Michael. I love you. But, man, what is up with your Vols, bro? Like, man, y'all had a hot run, right?
I mean, they were
Starting
great last year.
great
Fantastic last year.
playoffs, just sucked it up, man. But I found this thing on Twitter, and I saved it. It says, just want to make sure everyone's aware that Tennessee lost to GCU. If you don't know what that stands for, that's Grand Canyon University. They are 0-2. That was Friday, Saturday, 0-2. Finally won on Sunday. They won. It looks like did they win today? I
They
think
did
they
win
won.
today. They beat
They won.
some no-name team, Alabama A&M University, 10
Yeah,
to
10
nothing today.
10-0. Got beat by Grand Canyon University. They do have a stud on their team. I go back to his try to find that guy again. He's going to be a top prospect. Where's he at? Jacob Wilson, infielder. Look him up after this. He is going to be good. And I love to point this one out because I'm an Ole Miss fan, and I just despise Mississippi State with a passion. And my brother's going to be on the podcast soon. He's a big State fan, so I'll hear some smoke about it. But Ole Miss this weekend lost to VMI. Zach, I don't know if you know what VMI stands for, but that's Virginia Military Institute.
Yes, that's the team I was telling you about.
Yes. So all weekend long, we're just seeing. I mean, 2 years ago, I know they lost. Mississippi State lost a lot of people. I get that, right? And they'll probably upset some people. They'll probably upset one of us. Who knows? I highly doubt it. But man, I'm trying to find that score from this weekend. It was. I sat there and watched the game. Yeah, 14-13 on Saturday.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Oh, we're playing football over here. I mean, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, my goodness, like what is going on? And then, so they won Friday 11-2, got beat on Saturday, and I didn't even see if did they even play. I don't even think they played Sunday. I think it was just a 2-game. No, and then they won. So they're 2-1 over them. But come on, man, you should have swept them. That was like an easy one that you paid them probably millions of dollars to sit here and
to come play you.
To come play you. Let's pay you $2 million, and we're just going to get beat 14-13.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. Like, obviously, in college baseball, the SEC has been the top dog for a long time, and will be for a long time. But this season, honestly, has been, at least from the first weekend and so far in these midweek games, the SEC has been a little underwhelming. Outside of LSU, Ole Miss, South Carolina, surprisingly, and Florida, it's been a little underwhelming. Of course, Tennessee, as you mentioned, extremely underwhelming. Did not see that from them. But I will say this: they're still waiting for their shortstop, who transferred in from Kansas, who's arguably the best shortstop in the country. Still waiting on his eligibility, I believe. I'll double check that. But that was a massive hit for them because that's a guy that they're expected to be in the lineup. That's a guy that is a great hitter, great defender. Like I said, arguably the best shortstop in college baseball, and you don't have him yet. And then obviously you lost a lot of guys. You lost a massive amount of your offense last year. So they're having to replace a lot of guys.
Did they get ranked too high though? Do you think?
I do believe so because of the
they're ranked too high.
Yeah, because of the turnover, I think they were probably ranked too high than they should have been. Are they a top 25 team? I believe so. Are they struggling right now? Yes. Do I still believe they're a good team? Yes. So
long season for sure.
For sure. Let's see what happens when they get their shortstop back.
Yeah, for sure. You can throw Arkansas in there. They look pretty good this past weekend too. I think they might have lost just one game over the weekend.
See, they've kind of struggled to me. And I'm pretty sure let's see. Right now, they're okay. So they did win. They ended up winning against Grambling, but they struggled in the midweek against Grambling.
Yeah.
So again,
early
overall,
butterflies,
a little underwhelming. Yeah,
little butterflies. That's how it always starts. We talked about that. I mean, you could talk about Ole Miss's run last year. You start off as number one.
True.
You kind of fall off because of a few injuries and stuff, and then you scrape by and get into the playoffs and stuff like that, and then you barely get in, and then they had a tremendous World Series intro, getting in and getting out, winning everything.
Yeah.
So
last team in, last team out.
Don't let the Revs get hot. I think they're good. They started what I loved about it for this past weekend is we got to get all of our freshman pitchers that, starters. And there was some that, man, they're going to have a good career for sure. They just look great. I think that's what you needed to do is start off with a mediocre team. Let's get these freshmen out here, get their first game under their belt, But like I said, it's going to be a long season. So we'll get a little score update on this one before we do our first ever JP podcast hot stove trivia. So score update on some baseball today. And these are some games that have already ended. So Florida beat South Florida 6-1. Vandy got beat by Central Arkansas 5-4. Looks like they were coming back late in the innings before we started, but they did get beat. State got beat by UL Monroe 11-5. Oklahoma State won. Ole Miss won. Tennessee won. Let's see, Kentucky won. South Carolina won 19-3. My goodness. Arkansas wins. LSU, of course, beat Southern 18-4. That was a blowout. I'm trying to see if there's any.
Scary at first. It was 4-0 heading into the third.
Yeah. So I'm trying to see all the top 25 teams. There's only one game out there right now. A&M, ranked number 5, is getting beat by Lamar 7-4.
Yeah. Which is encouraging for me because that's who we play first weekend in SEC.
Yeah. And they're in the bottom of the ninth. Okay. Bottom of the ninth.
Oh, shoot.
Down 7-4.
So have 3 here.
Got to come back for sure. So, like I said, we're going to do the first ever JP podcast hot stove trivia.
Ugh.
This is going to come in every single week. There's a guest on here. I want to throw in a little trivia, get everybody going. So I'm going to ask you the question. I'm going to show you there's going to be 7:55 p.m. Thank you, Apple Watch, for telling me what time it is. I want to give you the question. I'm going to give you 4 answer choices.
Okay.
We're going to go to a quick commercial brought to you by Oasis Grooming. If you do not get your hair cut anywhere, dudes, it don't matter what gender you are. Get a fresh fade, go to Oasis there in Hernando. Details will be on the screen here in a second. When we come back, Zach has to answer that question. There's no reward. We're just here to have fun. And then we're going to wrap it up and then exit out. So here is the question. How many stitches are on a baseball? And I have, let me get this thing. I have it still in the wrapper here. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see
that College World Series baseball?
College World Series baseball. See, it's still in the wrapper.
Keep it still. Let me start counting.
No,
One.
There's more than one. All right. So here are your answer choices right here. All right. It's 190, 207, 216, or 242.
Ooh. Okay.
All right. So I'm going to take that away. I'm going to come up here. Enjoy this quick commercial. We're going to come back. Zach has to answer this question.
Oasis Grooming Barbershop. Changing lives. One cut at a time.
Told you. A little quick one right there. All right. So here are your answer choices one more time. And let me get to the question and let me do the thing. How many stitches are on a baseball? All right. 190, 207, 216, or 242.
Okay. So what I know is not any of these answers. So I'm curious because I've been taught 108.
You've been taught 108.
I've been taught 108. So I don't know if that's single stitching and there's like a double stitching thing. Like I don't know. But I'll tell you what, because you have 3 that are in the 200s. I'm gonna place my odds that they're in the 200s. So which one is it gonna be? I'm gonna ditch 190.
All right.
Ooh. 242, 207, 216. I was taught 108, so I'm gonna go low. Maybe it was 208 and it was two. Or I don't know. I'm gonna go 207.
207. Is that your answer? All right. Here's an answer right here.
I think it's my
final answer. 216.
I should have. Oh, it's double. 108, 108.
Yep.
I'm stupid.
Double stitch. 216.
I didn't play baseball. I love watching baseball, but I sure didn't play it.
Hey, it was a little hot stove trivia, man. You just gotta get in there and try to figure it out and stuff. So, all right, we're gonna wrap this thing up. We're at that 28-minute. We're gonna wrap this up, make a little short podcast. I'm not trying to be here forever. I'm trying to get to bed. I got to work tomorrow. So, LSU podcast. How can we reach Zac Lee and your brother Reagan to watch Tigers Avenue? I'm going to post it in our comments on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube after this. All the links to it. But let the listeners know that they're not listening right now because their stuff's jacked up.
We'll get it figured out.
We'll get it figured out. Somebody's going to see this sometime today. How can LSU fans that follow me, because I got a bunch, how can I get them over to you so you got more viewers and, vice versa? You help me out, I help you out type deal.
Of course.
How can people watch you and your brother every single day? When do y'all go live? Just give us that final rundown of everything and promote Tigers Avenue for me real fast.
So, you can follow us anywhere at Tigers Avenue. We are on all 4 social media. Well, there's like so many social medias now. There's like Be Real and some other new ones that have popped up. But we are on TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Tigers Avenue. We stream live on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. So you can watch us live there. We go live every Friday night at 7 p.m. And now that baseball is back, we will be going live 2 times a week starting this upcoming Monday. And we'll be pretty much previewing or recapping, I should say, the Round Rock Classic that LSU is going to this weekend. I think they're playing like Kansas State, Iowa, and there's one other team in there. I'll have to go back and look. And then we will preview the Texas game. They're going to Austin to play Texas next Tuesday, a week from today. So we'll preview that on Monday. But we will be live this Friday to recap everything that's happened LSU sports this week.
Awesome. Yep. Guys, if you're an LSU fanatic, you're not like these 2 guys for sure. If you watch this podcast, there's LSU stuff all over.
It's hard to beat. It's hard to beat.
It's crazy. It is a great podcast. I got to be on it this past fall when the Ole Miss Rebels played. I got to be on there with some guys, and it's great. These guys know their stuff. They bleed purple and gold.
We do. Born and raised in Mississippi, but when you cut us open, it's purple and gold.
That's right. Everything that I've ever known between you and your brother is always LSU. Nothing wrong with that. Tough love. It's all good. But I really appreciate you, bro, being on the
For
first
sure, man.
ever JP podcast, episode 1. Love talking some sports. So I'm going to let you go. I'm going to wrap this thing up. So I will catch you later.
Enjoyed it, bro.
Yeah. All right, everybody. I appreciate everyone who is watching or going to watch soon. Sorry about the technical difficulties. We're going to get through that. It's the first one. So just bear with me. But yeah, thank you for watching. We will be live every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. We'll work through these difficulties. Where everybody can watch. We're going to talk sports. That's one thing that I love dearly. I grew up playing sports, watching sports all my life. I'm getting into golf now. I mean, I'm getting older. So, right, I'm almost 30. So you gotta start playing some golf. Get that old man golf spirit in me. So I appreciate everyone listening, watching, and we'll see you next week.